Hi Nick, this is Pierce from Roof Marketing Pros. I just shot you this quick video to give you a brief background into your digital footprint and your presence on Google. Thank you for very much for coming back to me. I will get that free information included with my ultimate guide in this email for you to have a look at and to browse over. There's some really neat stuff in there, so I hope you can take some little gems out of there. I thought this is quite a good way for me to explain things in a little bit more detail while actually visually showing you what exactly it is that I'm talking about. So I start here at your website, firstartroofing.com. I'm delighted to see that it's a fantastic website. Bear in mind, I sell and build websites for roofers. I'm very good at it. My company is built for many roofers. We're only in one niche. We only look after roofers. We're very experienced in what we do. But I can't fault your website. You may have some issues with speed. Videos and text that comes kind of flying in and that type of stuff can cause issues with speed. Speed is a ranking factor for your website, but all in all, yeah, I'm sure you've obviously spent quite a lot of money on it, and it speaks wonders. It makes your business look very professional, um, and it gives a lot of credibility to your roofing company. So that's something that I'm delighted to see. Um, Having looked into the kind of back end of things and the overall positioning on Google, that's where things could change a little bit for you. You can generate a lot of calls, a lot of customers, and with a website like this, my main goal with everybody is to turn this into a client conversion machine. Um, every good company deserves a really top website, which you have, but a website is only as good as how many people can find it. So it's positioning on the search engines, your GMB listing, which is your Google My Business. I'll speak about that in a little bit. Are so important in terms of people being able to find you and therefore people being able to call you, leads to be generated, and ultimately customers to convert for you to have paying clients. Um, if we hop over to Google here, um, apologies for this just loading. Uh, Google works basically in keywords. A keyword is basically searched for term. So in this case, I've gone for roofer, Dallas, Texas. The reason why I've gone for this is because it's a high search term. The volume is approximately 720 per month. So on average, we have around 720 people per month searching for this roofer, Dallas, Texas. And this is not the only search term that is searched for. If you look down the side here, roofers near me, 135,000. I would imagine that's across the state of Texas. It's quite a high number for any one city, but it gives you an idea of the amount of people that are actually actively seeking for roofing services. As we all go down, Dallas Roofing, 1,600, roofing companies near me, 110,000. You can see the volume of people that are looking for your business needs. Um, this is where your website and this is where your listings, this is where your ranking with Google and your GMB becomes so important. When people, if they knew what they were looking for, so if they knew they were looking for first out roofing, they would simply input first out roofing and your website would pop up. That does happen, but most of the time people search for a generic term, i.e. roofer, roofing company, something like that. And this is where you need to be found. So there are a few ways to do it. The first thing we see at the top of the search engines is the ads. Now I can see from having a look into your history with your site that you have ran ads in the past. Again, I'll talk about that in a little bit. Ads can be very effective. It drives you to the top of the search engine, and but ads can get expensive if sometimes we've had contractors in the past who run ads themselves and they're not overly certain about how to do it efficiently, and therefore they end up spending a lot of money. My personal opinion is to put your time and effort into ranking organically. It will keep you in good company going forward. It's you putting time and energy into your own personal digital asset. Don't forget, once you stop, the ad will no longer exist here at the top of the search engines. Putting it into the organic matter for your website means that it will be here for a long time to come. So your GMB, your Google My Business, is this area. It's the map pack. The map pack is basically this three. Now, if I clicked here, you'll see, which I'm sure you've done many times, you'll see all the different businesses for roofing in the Dallas, Texas area that exist. But this is ultimately where you need to be. This map pack accounts for 70% of clicks per here for this part of the website. That's a lot of clients, particularly with the numbers that we spoke about previously. A lot of clients, 70%. That's 70% of people from 720 from all the different search terms that turn into leads and have the potential to turn into paying clients. Further on down, this is what's known as the organic rankings. And really here you want to be in the top three. The top three, this is where people would come to find more information about your services before they would move on to making contact either by a submission form or via a phone call. The top three here account for 70 to 80% of clicks on the first page of Google. As we come down 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, those numbers start to dwindle a bit. When we come to the bottom, we have some more ads here. When we come to the bottom, statistically, 90% of people will not visit page 2. I'm sure you have the experience of that searching for other terms yourself, but 90% of people will not visit page 2. It just really backs up the importance of being on page 1. Statistically, you've got to be at the top of these rankings. The top 3 here, and particularly in this map pack, it's very important. This is your Google My Business listing. It's just loading up for me here. You can see the pin on the map of where exactly you're listed, and your listing then is created down the side. Yeah, just down here. The fantastic thing I like to see is this amount of reviews that you have. 85 reviews and a 4.9% rating. That is fantastic. That's what you want to see. That gives credibility to your company. It shows that you do great work. It shows that your customers really value what you do. And ultimately, that is the real basis for building your company. Your marketing, your client acquisition, everything that is built on top of a foundation, and this shows how obviously good a foundation that First Out Roofing has. So this is something that I'm delighted to see. It's something that draws me to your business, as a company of integrity, and that from a consumer point of view, that would be something that I would really like to see. Now, reviews unfortunately do not account for position in the map pack. This little tool that I have here is known as a heat map. My apologies for everything loading slowly. So this heat map basically depicts where you would rank based on geographical location. So the Google the Maps, the GMB works in a way that it produces a map pack, so a 3-pack, ranking in the top 3, dependent on your geographical location and what Google terms to be the expert or the authority in that field or for that keyword that you're looking for. So this is your business right here in the middle. So this is giving you a general thing. I'm going to show you a heat map, and I've solo picked your service area, but this gives you an idea. So here we are. This is where you're ranking. So your best ranking is number 4, and that typically that is what you find. That is right beside. So that would be somebody standing outside your office or your premises. That's what they would find. As we can see, we can go out. 20 is the biggest number. So if you're 20, you're either 20th or you're less than that. So your GMB ranking is not great, and that's something that we would really like to see improve. You want to be. I want this to turn green. So when I look here, this is another one that I ran for you. This depicts clearly your service area, and so I've kind of clearly defined the lines, and I've taken from your website the area that you cover, so right down into Dallas, we're in Irving and Frisco and whatnot, and again over the city of Dallas we're 20s. As we come out through Irving, we're still 20, and then back up here, this is what we saw earlier. So again, this is your covered service area. I would love to see this for a company like yours with clearly that amount of good reviews, and clearly a great work ethic and a great provider of your roofing service. I would like to see this turn green. And to give you an idea of what the green looks like, this is a company that we've done a little bit of work for. They've given me permission to show you this. They're in Pittsburgh, and this is what their map pack now looks like. Everywhere bar Couple of little circles here and there. We're still working on it, but everywhere that you see this one, depending if you were standing here or you were standing here, anywhere in Pittsburgh and the surrounding area, they are in this map pack and they're predominantly at number one. Don't forget that 70% of people click on the guys in the map pack. This is what you want to see. We have seen a 700% increase in amount of calls and amount of traffic through the website for this company. Next up, this is kind of a few numbers and a few statistics for your website. So here we have backlinks and referring domains. This is a technical standpoint. A backlink is basically a vote in the favor of your website from another website. Now, not all backlinks are created equal. The more authoritative the website the backlink comes from, the more powerful it is. So you have 168 backlinks, but they only come from 38 domains. So I would like to see more backlinks created. We would put your name, spread it wide across the internet for people to find it. Don't forget, people find companies all over the place, not just from Google, but they find them in Yelp, Yale.com, you name it, they find it there. Your website actually indexes for 122 keywords. That's great, but you're only generating 8 people per month on average in traffic, so your site only gets around 8 visitors per month. The reason for that is if I click on the keywords here, this will tell me where you rank for any particular keyword. So don't forget, a keyword is the search term in Google. Up at the top here, for first roofing, you rank at number 2. So that's where you want to be. But they only have a search volume of 10 each. So they account for 2.5 and 1.9. As we go down, replacing roofing, we see the volume start to increase. Here you rank for in 19th place. You're at the bottom of page 2. So on average, you get 1.6 people per month visiting your site because of this. When we go down, roofing, Denton, TX 150, you can see how these all start to add up, the amount of people that are searching and in need of your service, but they can't find you. They would have to go looking for you, and you can see this in the numbers. As I start to scroll down, the numbers really start to tumble. So while your website indexes for these keywords, they're not findable. People are lazy nowadays. They want something that's right in their face. So when they click for a roofing service, they want the first thing that's there. They look at reviews. You've got the reviews, so you have a real head start on people. But it's just a way to drive more backlinks to your site, create more citations, and make sure your on-page SEO is really up to the highest standard. And with the platform of your website, which is great, and the content you have and all the pages that you have indexed, your website could really thrive. Your website could become a funnel for many clients, and ultimately, the more clients you have, the more chance you have of converting them. This tool shows me a little bit about your ad spend, and again, it's just a little bit more about keywords and that. They're actually indexing you for 246 keywords. I would imagine there's a couple of duplicates in there, and that's why they've got that. They're saying you get 37 clicks per month based on these, but again, they duplicate. But again, it's not very high. But as I say, with the basis and the foundation you have, it wouldn't, it's definitely an achievable thing to really accelerate this. You have done some ads before. You've done 3 paid keywords, but they haven't produced any clicks. So just made it to the first page. This is your keywords, only 2. So out of this software is indexing 246, but only 2 have made it to the first page. So how can you change things? You can start to add backlinks. You can start to add more content. You can make sure your on-page SEO is top class. I think you've got a great platform here. You've got a great company, with 2 locations. I think you can do a lot of work with your website off page in order to drive more traffic to your website. I hope this has been informative for you. I'd love to talk some more about your business. If you did have a spare minute or 2 next week, we can jump on a quick call. I can talk you through this in more detail. If not, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, and I wish you all the best with your business. Thank you very much, and take care.